Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight's presentation is about Technico, the Pro, and Mutech. As you well know, I am the public spokesperson for the Space-Time Navigators Guild. And I'm presenting here on the stage of Union Square to the whole human race information you need to survive Armageddon. Earlier today I did a presentation on Mutech, plant, more tree. That explosion went across the universe of life. It's by the human race. And that action there, that more life was ever seen grown out of this arena than ever before. The entire universe was living. So this is going to relate as well. Okay. Part of the rooting way. So let's start out with the probe. What is the probe? For 5 million years, there were 3 H-bombs a day going off here, rolling back time, sending the whole planet into a rift, sinking down into a black hole. The United States government placed a 10 megaton H-bomb in this box here. And each time, 3 times a day, they detonated it so that they could play in an action without consequence. The bondage of Egypt. So this goes along with other things as well. 7,000 snuff videos of my girlfriend and I every 3 years. Totaling 2.1 millennia of 7,000 videos. Roll back in time between 3 and 5 years. Where they would sneak up upon us, murder us. There'd be a rollback time of 3 to 5 years. They would be able to play in that 3 to 5 years and then roll back in time in parallel timelines, using portals to go from the bottom of one to the top of the other and play it again across time. In total, a 2 billion year paradox was formed out of the use thereof of her and I as fuel for Armageddon, as a knowledge and matter. This paradox, 2 billion years across. It is there where the probe steps in. These murders were sending level 10 extinctions to the whole universe of life. And the probe, in retribution and looking for thereof, the cause of why level 10 extinctions were coming out and destroying their worlds 3 times a day. They couldn't be out from there. So the probe was sent out to find and destroy that which they believed was the cause of all of this. By the reintroduction thereof of RNA to our genetic structure, stripping out 2 strands of our DNA. This caused us to age. This is what causes aging. And as well as a weapon of mass destruction, a termination sequence in our DNA that can be initiated by, I won't say how, but it's simple as God. And the whole fucking race falls over and they move in, take everything here. As a mechanism of mass destruction. To find out where and how these level 10 extinctions emanating from Earth come. They say that it was sent out 5.7 billion years ago. To destroy the genetics there of a million human, to make sure that whatever human race was doing, sending level 10 extinctions to the universe of life, would end by the probe. So, in there lies my genetic alteration like myself, with this being here, using my medical ship to genetically alter the human race underneath us. I was one to first discover this, as I said before, where I went into the mirror of the bathroom and discovered that my eyes and pupil and genetically altered so that they would show pentagrams. And that this being had done this to say and make sure that all of you knew that I was Satan himself. Satan himself made aware of it. You're not going to turn Douglas into Satan. So with that being said, the island of Dr. Moreau. It is here in the War of the Family Tree in which alterations were happening due to a time incursion of the rooster. The War of the Family Tree, to hack down 15 generations ago a man or a woman thereof the houses, the world, and the universe by murder. They came to snuff the rooster. And I'm that rooster. I'm the first casualty in the War of the Family Tree, with that thereof a false generation of what? Sonogram. Of my assistant thereof to have her abort her child due to the fact that it's mutated in sonogram and there's nothing else you can do. Over a span of time, in the genocide of the human race, 5 million false mammograms, histograms, whatever, and mammograms were made. 3 million total sonograms falsifying that there mutant baby. 5 million mammograms falsifying cancer in women's breasts. In total, that's more women killed than that of all the wars and all the people that have died in the wars of men before now. We're talking 5 million mutations, 3 million false sodomy, murders, and abortions. It is I that represent that border where that didn't happen. That was stopped. Genocide of the human race, by the human race. So, if you want to know what's going on here in the prom, it was sent out, and there with the island of Dr. Moreau, where Satan was trying to save those that had their genetics altered, and as the time wave came through, would perish from them. And he was searching for a mechanism in which he could repair their DNA until that time wave passed through and they would survive. The island of Dr. Moreau. When Satan figured out that I was the one that had, he said, what? Passed across that time wave and survived thereof with the returning of my DNA to normal. Came to find out how. Thus making me the godfather of the War of the Family Tree, with my methodologies thereof replacing the rooster. So that both sides of the family tree won. So there would be 3 alternate timelines. What once was, what changed, and what once before. Which I stand in the middle of. Mending all the houses in the War of the Family Tree. And that thereof, the Wars of Armageddon, is a solution thereof. The disparate 3 timelines of Satan, Michael, and David. So I present here on Universe TV the story thereof of the time. It was sent out to replace our genetics, to make us age and termination sequence for this. So when I went to Satan to find out why in Mortal Kombat my genetics were being changed, Satan said, it's not me. I can see it. That was after I beat my opponent here. And I went to Satan. And then after Satan, it went all the way back to the probe in which, under Mortal Kombat terms, I get to go back down there and challenge them, of which I did. I get there and they say, we did. Wrong. We can see. And I end up back here with the undoing thereof, the termination sequence of aging and more and our DNA now being repaired. So the story of the probe, as I stand here and say, I will continue this after this short break. Tomorrow, I hope you heard me. My name's Douglas Till tomorrow. And I'm the Mortal Kombat champion of Archangel Gabriel to repair our DNA, some genome alteration, giving us immortality. You understand? We shall age to the ages of 4 to 5 million because of this win in Mortal Kombat, and I hope you will. Once again, my name is Douglas Till the infamous Dr. Hugh, the Red Sheep, one another. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Is that worth a dollar?